dive in. All right, we're going.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
All right, extra
Alive
extra
and
interview.
alive.
That's right.
Hell
alive
yeah.
And alive. extra interview. I'm Josh O'Leary. This is Max Williams. Okay, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Man, you are a contributor to my now I think both channels. You found my drama channel.
That's the first one I found. I found that.
I know.
I found that first because I like getting into all of it, but it's hard to find people that at least on YouTube that I can sort of like relate with. Like on like I don't know, I'm just like, this guy's not really me. This guy's not really me. And then I saw you pop up, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. For the first couple weeks that I was tuning in, I was wondering if your background was a green screen because your room is so neat and clean. It's so like crispy in there, and I was just like, how is that a green screen? But then I saw stuff moving around. I was like, I was like, oh, that's not there anymore. I was like, it's not. You just keep your room really neat. So I went through some existential cleaning today to make sure I could represent Max Williams well.
Let's go. I am kind of like a neat freak. I have in the back, I got like a little walking treadmill that I can throw underneath my desk that I can raise.
Yeah.
So sometimes like I've debated on doing streams where I'm like doing the treadmill and streaming. And then I also have a lot of like Verb. I'm not throwing a sponsor in here, but I have like Verb Energy packed back there that I think looks messy because they've hooked me up on TikTok. And then I have just like my TV. But it's funny you said that because most people that I actually about once every other video on my channel, I'll get a commenter that's like, "Oh, hey man, I was gonna subscribe to you, but I realized that your room doesn't have any sort of like decoration to it. But if you threw in some plants or something, maybe I'd subscribe." And I'm like, "Yo!"
I made that same sort of like comment in my head when I first started watching. I was like, "Where's the posters?" I was like, Where's the Twitch stream light? Like, I got one here. You gotta look. Where's the?
It's here. Here, bye.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, there it is.
some string lights in here.
Yeah, man. It's so funny though because like actually one of your videos that popped up after. Actually, let me backtrack a little bit. When I was watching the drama channel, I was just, I skate as well, and I watch a lot of the skateboarding YouTube stuff, and I'm just flipping through stuff, and I was like watching one of your videos, and it took me a second to be like, oh, that's the same guy. That's the same guy. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, and then I found like your podcast as well.
No shot. You found that from my main channel or through like the related channels or something?
I found it just through the algorithm, through like recommended to me because I guess I watched both your other channels. So like it popped up in my feed one day and I was like, there he is again. Like you're everywhere.
And then I'm also on TikTok and I have another Instagram that follows a different path of like, so I do skate park reviews on TikTok. I do skate park reviews, the same thing, identical on my Instagram. That's at WillMax95.
Yeah, I got your socials listed below.
Dude. It's people. I think that is. I mean, I classify myself. I've never been like diagnosed, but I classify myself as like pretty neurodivergent. And so. Going off of that, my interests tend to shift a lot, so I'm very like I'll have moments where I'm like heavily into like the drama stuff, and then I'm heavily into skateboarding. Then I'm heavily into like another thing I don't put on the internet is like I'm a really nerdy techie person.
Oh no, I found that too.
Oh, you did? Cool.
Yeah, I found that one. You got a few. There's one that has like 2 videos on it where you're like, and I don't think you've posted on it in a while, but it was deep into the the tech side of, because you are a video maker, a cinematographer, you might say.
Thank you.
And I checked out some of that recently too, just because I was like, oh, let me see what he's putting together. And dude, that is some crazy stuff, dude. You're making like legit music videos
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, those are sick.
Thank you. Means a lot. And I mean that because a lot of my work on that is like especially music videos is a little bit different than I think what the average like when you go to YouTube and do like music video or whatever.
Yeah.
I in a sense that I do those more of like run and gun and kind of manage it all myself. You know, oftentimes, and that's not to say every single one's done. Like, there's one I'm editing. As soon as I get off this call, I'm gonna continue editing. Was where another like the artist that hired me, she also did like the directing, and she has a lot of like different editing things. So there's different things involved with them that have more nuance than like what is actually on there.
Yeah.
That like maybe the artist directed or the artist sent me a batch of ideas. But the difference in my videos is like, and I'm very open about it with everyone I work with, is that it's more run and gun. It's not so like, here's the director on site, here's the the gaffer.
I kind of like that. That's actually refreshing to hear because it seems like, I don't know, it's becoming more minimalist in a sense when it comes to making content or videos and stuff. You don't need costume designer and all that. They're their costume designer. And all that and all that stuff. So you can shorten the field a little bit there. And I see that you do a lot of it. So that's impressive to me because I come from a realm of making videos as well. I've got a deep lore.
No kidding.
Yeah, I've got deep lore on YouTube. No, my stuff isn't. I'm not a comedian per se. I've never done stand up, but I would just consider myself a funny man, I guess.
You are. You've laughed at some stuff I've said. And
I've gotten you. I've gotten you in the chat. I've gotten you with some jokes. Yeah. I've gotten you. I screen record it if I get you good. I'm like, oh man, you laughed at that one big. I was like, I gotta show my friends in the Discord that my jokes are working.
Yeah, dude. I think it was like one of the first times you came in. There was something you said I remember laughing at, and I was like, wait, because my streams are. I mean, what? They're pretty small right now. Usually, like
the one I got
people.
You and got taken down.
That was. I don't even know if I can even say it here. I'll just lightly. It was the BetterHelp thing that I got clapped for.
Oh, really?
Oh, that was it.
Oh, yeah. I've been hit with that before too, dude. I've been hit. It's so stupid. I was doing live stream reactions for WrestleMania, right? I'd have a wrestling show on this channel, so
yeah, I saw that.
We were watching WrestleMania, and like you could barely hear the TV, like over the mics. Like you could barely hear the TV, and Prime Energy got me. So.
Oh no!
Yeah, just for their commercial playing, and you can like hear it. I was also like talking mad shit about it. So.
Oh my god! Wait, that isn't that. On one hand, I get it. The other part of me doesn't get it. I think
I don't either. Yeah.
It all boils down to like fine print, fair usage, sort of. I don't know. I think it's just how it works.
I think at the time in that stream you were watching. Gosh, I don't even know the name of that podcast. It's like the two dudes, and they have like a bunch of like 18-year-old girls on, and they all sit around.
Fresh shit.
Like I don't even know what is it like? Whatever. Like what? Or
oh, whatever. The other incel podcast.
Yeah,
on.
Oh, I love the hate watch that shit. So it's like that's what you were doing, and I was like, let me just hate watch this with Max for a little bit.
I got clapped. Maybe that was the other one because I got clapped for. Maybe now I'm retracing my steps. Maybe that was that one that clapped me. Oh my god.
Yeah,
they take people down like crazy.
Yeah, they get people. They're like, no.
They're like, wait a minute, you're not an incel? Fuck, taking you down.
Yeah, dude. They will. It was fun. I was making fun of him hard though in the chat. I called him like a melted Mr. Beast or something, and then because he did. He looked like a microwaved Mr. Beast.
Unless you literally like have to be saying some of the worst shit ever on that podcast or in response to them. Like I think I've seen. It's funny because I think what's his name was the only exception to this. Penguin Zero Charlie. He did a YouTube video where he reacted to them, and he didn't get taken down. But yet there's other like just watching through
Oh,
like
because that's good publicity.
bullshit.
Penguin
Yeah, and
Charlie's talking about you. That's pretty good. You know?
and I'm like, and I see like other through like watching that kind of thing just to give my 10 cents in the matter.
Yeah.
It recommends other people that are doing like such a thing, but the people that are doing that are people on there being like, oh, actually this guy's right, women do suck, and then they're like, yeah, let's keep that up. But the second that like someone's like, hey man, actually you're just really insecure, they're like, get that guy down.
See, that's why I'm glad.
It's like,
Honestly, that's why I'm glad you're watching it sometimes, because I don't want that to pop up in my algo. I don't want to look it up myself and have to have it like filter in somehow, So watching you having it looking it up is much more convenient on my end.
you don't have to deal with it.
No, and I wouldn't want that. I don't want a bunch of those popping up. I do like scrolling and like, I mean, that's how I found you. Like you were just in the algorithm somehow of which is weird. Like I don't know how you got there. I don't really watch too many people like covering drama or anything like that. I mean, I watch H3. I watch H3, so maybe. And Hasan, we both like Hasan. I know that.
Hasanabi head. Let's go.
So I know that like maybe like that had something to do with it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I have a video on my channel I talk about. I don't know how deep you are in the Hasan lore, but for a while there, it kind of died off now. But for a while there was like, I would say at least like 4, maybe 5 streams, plus a couple away streams that like I think last year and the year before that Valkyrie was on Hasan's streams. And people, there's parasocial people, and there's nothing wrong with being parasocial. I think, that it does have its downsides to it. Of course, there's like, you can investigate something too far that you're not all that knowledgeable on. But the other half of it does, and the other half of that is being parasocial to the point where you have like personal enjoyment out of that, and you can keep that within yourself and be okay. But it got out of hand when everyone was like, oh, Hasan and Valkyrie, like they've got to be dating. Like they're on all these streams together, and even like there was all this stuff where like
they went
another
to Japan
YouTuber
together, man. You don't take someone to Japan.
It was that. Yep, that stirred the pot. Another YouTuber made a quick like 15-second clip cut where she was like, wait, Hasan and Valkyrie? And like that was it.
That was a good impression.
People were just yeah, dude, people were losing their minds. So I made a video on that, and people like took off. It was like 43
Well, that'll get
views,
you
that
will get you the clicks, dude. That'll get you the clicks.
And,
I've thrown them in a thumbnail or two.
Hasan is Hasan's face is a click thing on YouTube. People click on his face.
Oh yeah.
That video maybe, and maybe there was like a lot of H3 lore that I talked about on my channel for a while.
Really? I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen those.
There was one with like Ethan Klein. It's like a red thumbnail. Where I was talking about something with Ethan Klein, and then another H3 lore, and I don't know how to put. I'm gonna try to put this in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Because this creator is a good friend of mine overall. But you might have been in this stream where I was talking about the Jake Doolittle situation.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
You maybe or maybe not, but that was on another kind of like H3-esque thing, because he had made a video on them, and I was talking about. Yeah. And I don't really want to like dive into that outside of anything.
Yeah, sure. I got you. Yeah.
Here's a friend of mine. He's hired me to edit videos for him, and I think overall, like, I just think he's a cool person. But that whole situation, that was kind of my stance on the video. But that was another H3 sort of
well, they were hot,
dude.
They were hot. I can tell you right now. Like I watch H3 and all that, but I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm someone. There's a difference between me and someone who hangs out in the live chat. Okay.
Yep.
I don't hang out when there's so many people in a live chat. That's not fun for me. Hanging out in your live chat was fun because I could actually get your attention and actually conversate with you. That's what's fun for me. I don't like it when it's just oversaturated with just nonsense. So So I don't even have their chat on, but I do remember that whole situation. And I mean, how many times has somebody made a video on Ethan Klein? Like, yeah,
So
like,
many times.
Can we really hate all of them? Like, come on, like.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and
most of them turn around, and it's or if they're wrong, they'll admit it. Like, and if that's the case, then why are we even bothering with it? It just becomes like a big real life Reddit post at that point. So,
and the part of it that I think everyone mutually agrees on, including Jake himself, is he ended up apologizing for it. So he did know where his shortcomings were on the video. But it kind of, the reason I bring that up is because you were saying you watch Hasan in H3, and I think that's probably what directed you over to my channel, because they were like, this guy's talked about H3, this guy has talked about Hasan. You might like this guy. You might like him.
Yeah, you might see what he's got cooking. And then YouTube was like, he's also skateboards. He also makes like legit videos. He also has a podcast. A man of many talents, Max Williams.
Man, you too, though. I was gonna ask you, like, how long have you been skating for? I see you have a girl board and I think a toy machine in the back.
Oh
there.
Yeah, dude, I'm toy machined out. I'm a loyal pawn. Been a loyal pawn for since I was 13. So I'm 33. So
you don't look it.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I try.
You're rocking it well.
I try to stay young. It's all the cranium accessories. That's what keeps me young.
I dig it. It's a vibe.
Thanks, man. But yeah, I definitely have been skating. Since then, on and off, of course. Like you say, my interests, just like you, they flow in different directions. Like I get really like hype on skateboarding for like a couple months, and then it's like it dies off, and I get more back into like making like beats or something on my like on the computer or whatever, like making videos, or just putting more work into the podcast or whatever it is. I do all those things too.
Cool.
All my stuff's in one spot though. See, that's the all my stuff is right here on Slipper House Extra.
I know.
Yeah, it's like I treat it like a television channel. Like, like it's got different shows on the channel, and it's got a lineup, a network,
I wish I could. I'm trying to make, and you might see this pop up on my channel, and I'm not trying to shift it over to me. I want to bring this back to you.
No, it's about you, though. Go ahead.
Because I think I like how you do that, and here's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Is that YouTube and its like soul-sucking rigid algorithm isn't fond of that kind of thing, and my fear comes with like seeing low view numbers. And to be totally forthcoming about this, is I kind of have this like, I think I've stated this live on a stream before, but I kind of have this like this hope that someday I can, you've seen my main job. I shoot videos for people. That's my full time. I don't work 9 to 5 every single day.
No,
it's freelance, but it's where my income comes from. But I also have this. I've seen creators come up in recent times, and I've seen people, and I see how they do it, and I know the right steps to it. I know how you do collaborations with people, and you come up. And people want, and that's kind of the way to come up on YouTube. And people want a specific thing from you, and so my idea in my head is like, become a YouTuber as well, and in my free time do that. And like, not to say I'm not right now, because I am still very much putting effort into YouTube. In fact, I'm literally halfway through recording a video, like literally like earlier today, about the Georgia Not Found Katie bug situation. But I'm trying to make videos, on that channel that I can eventually become like making a good income on YouTube. So that I have like, good, I can be in like a good, I should say like a really good financial situation. As I think most people would want to be, right? And I recognize the privilege and things that I have that are allowing me to be able to do that. So I'm trying to take advantage of that.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And I just, my goal is to make, and it sucks because I hate that like idea of like, the capitalist American brained way of being like, you gotta make more money, you gotta be on the grind. But
yeah, that's what sets me back. I feel like from like I just started, like it was just a few months ago. I was like, fine, I'll make a TikTok. Like I'll make a freaking Slipper House TikTok, and we'll put clips up there. And they do surprisingly well. I was like, okay, but that pissed me off even more because I was like, damn it. And then I'll put out a full podcast and I'll get like 50 views on it, and then I put out the short from it, just like one of the little parts from it, and it gets like thousands. And it's like, what? What is this? I put all that work in.
We live in a society, dude. We're falling off. This is another unrealistic thought of mine that hangs out in my head. But like you said, with your channel, how you're doing all different things, in my like unrealistic brain is like telling myself that like maybe in a world where people can start to see that kind of thing, they can grasp onto the idea that people aren't just one-dimensional.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, I do understand it from like a standpoint of like, let's just take ESPN, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I would understand it if, like, maybe you were a fan of ESPN and now ESPN is airing, let's say, blah, 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 blah. Like, what's a popular...
I used to be a fan of ESPN back in the day, and they used to have the Dan Lebitard show with Stugatz on there. And it's kind of... It's I'm not gonna... They kind of went into political stuff sometimes, and they were super left-leaning, and that's kind of why they got taken
they
off.
Went Radlib mode.
Like, and they're based out of Miami, Florida. It's a great show, dude. It's a great, like, it's not, you got to get the show to know the show, like it's not, they're not talking sports like most of the time. So I think that's kind of why I liked it. Like, it's just, it's all over the place, and they took that off of ESPN, and then now it's fast. It's almost like do you remember when Spike TV was around and then it became True TV?
I remember.
And it started getting like, somehow more, I don't know how to describe it in a nice way.
Progressive?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that. Man, there was some good stuff on there. I mean, even like something like Mad TV too.
Dude, loved Mad TV. Loved it.
It's a lot of like, I just don't know. I think what's happening is I think there's like an overall shift happening, and I think that shift is a larger viewership in short form content, and we're all like, it's. I have so many fears around everything here, but one of my other fears, and I've seen this happen very real time.
Yeah.
I've been guilty of, and I'm not gonna say I'm totally clear of this. I've been guilty of this myself. But I think short-form content lowers our attention spans.
Yes.
And because of that, it makes it harder for people, and I'm not saying this, I'm not directing this at you and any, I think you're great with this, but people in real life, I've seen it where you talk to them, and then like it's like almost like 10 seconds later, you could be like, and this is the, I won $1 million yesterday, and you could be telling like the most like incredible story, and people are kind of like, and all of a sudden they're down at their phone.
Yeah,
and
they're
it's
like, yeah, but did you see this?
And then they go and tell their thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do feel that social media has a play in that. I don't think that's every play. But again, the reason I bring that up is because I think that short form content has a little bit of that effect to it. And I think more people are leaning into like, short form is so easy and so quick, and I'm
an old head, I guess, when it comes to it, because I don't know. I feel like I got a lot of. I'm not an old head in a lot of ways, but I feel like that when it comes to that short form, I can't stand. I also hate long videos. I hate long videos.
Really?
Like I hate I only film like this. I don't film like this.
Oh! I thought you meant long videos, like hour-long videos.
No, vertical. Couldn't think of the word vertical. I can't stand that. I don't like that form. I'm a widescreen boy. That's
Man, I am too. I'm like, I think I'm becoming an old head too. I'm like, I'm a big creator of the vertical. I'm sure you've seen like a couple of my venue videos on my platform. Like I have fun making those. I have fun making sick. Like my reels. Yeah. But man, I love like the horizontal videos on YouTube. I'm a big fan of that.
Yes.
I was talking this with someone the other day. When and this is maybe just the old head in me coming out, and maybe you relate to this, but and other people that are otherwise listening, but I think that short form content is not like by the time I'm 28. By the time I'm 50, I don't think I'm gonna look back and be like, oh, dude, yo, you know that like TikTok where that person was like dancing and like,
Yeah.
like I don't think I'm gonna do that. Like by the time I'm 50, I'm gonna be like, damn, I remember that time that I was
Well,
like
even
doing
now.
an interview with House. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
with you, like I'm gonna remember these things, or I'm gonna be like, oh, damn, like I remember when I made that video about like Hasan and people were commenting this, or that video about Bobby Altoff and like
Yeah.
not to bring it back to my own, but like I'm gonna remember and be like, yo, remember that like CoffeeZilla video that he made where he was like exposing, da da da, like that's the kind of stuff I'm gonna remember when I'm at that age, not a little thing where someone's like, this is the worst planet ever. Here's why.
Yeah. Like, I'm
gonna forget that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna remember the 10 seconds of ASMR pickle eating on TikTok like that. I mean, I could get on there right now, and I'm not nothing. There's gonna be nothing significant for at least 8 thumb swipes, like at least. And even nowadays, we're not sitting here being like, oh gosh, remember the great times we had watching King Bach and Amanda Carney on Vine.
No one's saying that. No one.
No one's clamoring for it either. Like no one's gonna be clamoring for that stuff. I feel like, I don't know, long form content. I'm sticking with the way I do things only because I don't know. I think it's kind of like an OCD thing too. I just like it like in one spot. I like it. When I go and look at my channel, that's the way I like it to look. So it's and I also want to add more variety to it. So it's not just one thing. Like it's never been about me. It's not the Josh O'Leary show. Although I'm on all the shows.
Yeah, and it's
but
it's just so interesting.
I like to throw in more stuff in there. I would give someone a show and put it on my channel and have it run, once a week, whatever. Give whoever a shot. I've tried to get my brother to do it, but he can't talk for more than, he's short form. I have a wrestling show with him, and he's short. You'll say one thing, and he's like, "Yeah, but what about The Rock coming out?" And it's like, that's not what I just asked you, man. Like, how is your brain onto something else already? Like, while I'm talking, he's thinking about what he's gonna say next.
Oh my
god! Instead of hearing what I'm saying.
Oh god! And I'll say that I had a period of my life where I was like that, and someone called me out on it, and I was like, "Damn, I'm glad," because had I not been called, I might have still been like that to this day. And now I'm like, I've shifted my mind like since then to be like, let me hear out what someone has to say first, and then like a normal person, and actually respond to what they're
to what they're saying. Don't let the anger just build up and become words almost instantly, or like the emotion, whatever it may be. Because I mean, that happens to me a lot. I used to be, I would say, younger years, like middle school and stuff. I realized, like, once I heard the term, I was like, yeah, that I'm doing that. I was like one-upping people. Like, they have a story, but like, oh, that's cool, but I did this. I did the same thing, but better. Like,
Look at me. You won $50. I won 100.
Yeah.
In your face.
I mean, I feel like that's just a kid thing, but some people never leave that. Some people never get out of that, and they don't know how to listen. And that's one of the strangest things to me nowadays. There's still some of them out there.
Oh, look, I have a neighbor who's either in her 50s or 60s who's still like that. It's crazy. It doesn't leave. It doesn't leave people. It's insane to me. But I think the moral of it, what I was trying to get across earlier, is like, I do appreciate how your channel is. And the one thing that bums me out is that the YouTube algorithm doesn't like, when you're doing like your wrestling stuff, that I see pop up in my feed, but then anything else that you're doing that isn't that, I don't see in my feed. And I don't know if that's like an adverse effect of what I first saw on your channel and watched, because I think there was a stream where I checked out your channel, and then I went on my own one other time to look at it, and I don't think that, I think it's because of that, or maybe, I don't know, it's just like a weird way that YouTube isn't privy to putting out something else that is off, that someone does that's like still in their interest wheel, but I think it needs to do a better job of showing this very real thing of like, hey, people have other interests, you know, you might enjoy this, or if not that, then finding a different space within that specific algorithm to be like, you know, you watch this, so this audience will like, it's weird because in a very like capitalistic mindset, you would think that they'd be like, damn, you know, here's wrestling content, you know, here's some other like music content, let's try to like push this with the music stuff that's getting, and push our ads on that, and then push our ads on that. You would think in like a hyper capitalistic brain that would be the proper thing to do.
I mean, I feel like that's how YouTube works, sort of, in a way, is like they want it separate, and you know, that way that they look at the channel. They're how to push the algorithm. They're looking at the channel. They're not looking at the video. Like, so they're not looking at the specific video. They're just looking at the channel. They see Slipper House Extra Extra. They see that my only live show currently is the wrestling show. Wednesdays 10:15. And yeah, that's the only one we do live right now. I do a pre-recorded podcast, House Assembly, with my friends Clams and Dirt, and we do that. That comes out every Sunday, and it's funny because that's like usually the only one in the videos category because of how they separated it. So I don't know why they separated it if they're not even going to look at videos like separately, you know. But I feel like sometimes I'm sort of contradicting myself, because if I pull up my channel now and I look at it, like I got an assembly that, what was it, 2 weeks ago? Yeah. And I think the title had a lot to do with it in the thumbnail, but Dune Part 2 review, Cat Williams conspires with Joe Rogan. That one got like 152, like night one, and I was like, what the hell? Like, why'd that one blew up? And then I put out one next week and it got 28. You know? I
think this is my theory on it. And I have a lot to say on this topic, but I think that, okay, it could have been a couple things. One, if Joe Rogan, when did you post that?
I posted it like probably 3 days after the whole Cat Williams, when he came back to YouTube.
Okay, yeah. So that had to do with it then. There was something there with that, because I think what I've noticed with my content, at least, like if you're the first one, like let's go back to like my channel for a sec. Let's say like Bobby Altoff said something, right? Yeah. If I make a video like the day of her releasing another video on her channel, the second people are done watching that video,
they go to yours.
If my video is out in time, boom, right over to mine. And I think sometimes people don't make content after a creator does that, and so suddenly if someone does, they're like, bam, here's the thing we needed, and they start pushing it off of that.
Yeah, I've got a good one for you. So that makes a ton of fucking sense, because the night before Pee Wee Herman died, right? Pee Wee Herman. The night before, I recorded an assembly. Right, and I put it out the next day. The next day he died. In that assembly, it was called Pee Wee, like the Pee Wee Herman Appreciation Society or something. And like, because we talked about Pee Wee, it's because I saw a bumper sticker where it said, "We don't live in a John Wayne society anymore. We live in a Pee Wee Herman society." And I thought that shit was so funny. I was like, it literally made me laugh like Pee Wee Herman. I was like, ha!
That's awesome.
But like, yeah, we were talking about it, and then he died. Like, he literally died. Like, and that video was getting ready to like come out, and I had to put a disclaimer like, we didn't know he was gonna die, but it got a ton of views.
Yep.
And I was like, we were the first ones to it. We predicted it in a sense, which was weird.
That's YouTube for you, and I think that is the Here's what they do. Here's another thing that's very like in the capitalist mindset.
You're
for
so
YouTube
knowledgeable.
is like,
I'm taking all of this in.
they they do this thing where if like a tech guy, let's just say like a tech guy is making a video, right? Well, a tech guy is gonna have different ads on their video than like a skateboarding channel, or
Yeah.
like someone that's talking about health is gonna have, maybe they're gonna show more like better help ads, or someone, different things like that. So what they do is if they see that, like some tech guys doing a good tech review or whatever, and then they're like, oh, now you're talking about tech, and they're gonna be like, damn, well, maybe he's got like a 20-minute video on tech too, so we're gonna push that. Or maybe you have an hour-long video on it, and they're gonna be able to use those same ads and generate that similar revenue off of that, with them assuming that this could be a good video for the audience. And then once they see that people aren't watching it through all those ad breaks, where they make the most off the top, they just go bam, and they slap you. And they don't let you continue. And it sucks because they'll cut you off at 153 views or 200 views or whatever they feel like. But if they see that group is liking it, that first group, they're just gonna keep pushing it because they're like, we're making money off of the first 2 ad breaks, so why not keep it running?
That makes so much sense.
And it sucks because
that's probably what happened in my video. They saw Joe Rogan in the title, and I talked about it for 10 minutes at the end of the show.
Yep. And it
was clickbait, so in a sense.
And people, there's another thing too with YouTube. Like I like sit here my whole time during lockdown. I spent learning about YouTube, like SEO. I learned about thumbnails and all this stuff. And I'm not gonna get into the whole rant, but with thumbnails, I've noticed this too. Thing, dude,
I have a list of the worst thumbnails on YouTube.
Is it all Penguin Zero's channel? Because his thumbnails suck.
They're pretty. No, I got a lot. There's a lot of your mom's house in here. A lot of Tom's. I don't like how smooth Tom Segura looks all the time. His skin's not that smooth.
You don't think Mr. Beast's skin is that smooth either?
Well, see, that's what he's doing. He went to a lot of the podcasts went to like the Mr. Beast thing. I also hate I love comedy podcasts. I watch a lot of them, but I can't stand it in the thumbnail when they're all like cracking up. I fucking hate that shit.
Dude, it's
like Andrew Santino's Whiskey Ginger. They're just like
I hate that. Oh.
Like, what is this, dude? You guys talk for an hour. It's not that fucking funny.
No, it's not. It's draining. Another thing that another like little thing that I have with YouTube is that it's just so like I've seen a world now where things are starting to shift, and I've seen like more wholesome content, if you will, kind of thrive. I think they're starting to see that. That's how I felt about
yours felt more wholesome, dude. It felt more like, I don't know, it definitely felt more realistic to me. Some of these people are putting on like a facade, or like, I mean, that's kind of how I've always approached myself in a way too. Like, I don't want to put on some sort of show or not be me and just be some, dude full of cynicism on YouTube who's like, look at me. Like, that's not what I'm going for. It doesn't seem like what you're going for at all either. It seemed super genuine. Like, actually, that's one of the notes. I had notes written here. We've just been talking, which is fine.
Oh, let's see. I want to see the notes. Yeah, go ahead. Ask away.
Well, they're more just like statements that I tried to be a little bit prepared. I don't.
Go for it.
I keep it loose though. We talked about a lot of it already, like the separate YouTube channels. The stuff I had, written down was sort of we covered. But one of the notes I wrote here was how does making videos does it personally satisfy you? Like, because that's what it does for me. Like, I personally get, like I said, I just like making videos. Like, even if there was 25 views, I'm happy. I can go back. I know in like a year I can go back and watch that episode and I'm gonna crack up because it was a good one, or So
I'm glad to hear that.
Does it satisfy you? And are you doing it for that personal feeling? Because your channel seems super genuine. Like, all of them seem super genuine.
I feel that my live streams are more that way.
Yeah.
Maybe more so than videos.
There's no cuts. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no cuts. I do. it is something that I've recently started to think about. That's why I haven't posted as many videos. I went back and watched a couple of my videos, and to give, I yes and no on your answer.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, because I started out by making videos. I mean,
Yeah.
holding a, I literally have the camera right here that I have when I was like 13. Like
Yeah.
I've loved making videos.
Me too.
It's always been my thing. My mind shifts a lot with, you know, the way that stuff's pushed on the internet, and I'm very like, I hate that I'm like algorithm brained, but I'm trying to move away from that. I saw like a George Paulos video recently. He's like another skate creator. I don't know if you ever heard of him. Yeah. So George put out, he kind of did an algo shift with his channel recently, and he lost a bunch of subscribers in doing so, and he's been talking about his shift in learning how to like avoid thinking about the algorithm and blah 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 blah. Which kind of made me think, because here's one of my things with the drama channel, and I don't know how to shift away from it, because a lot of times what I am talking about is something I firmly believe in, but I don't like, one thing that kind of gives me a like with some drama channels is how some people always have to be like, look at me, I'm morally right no matter what.
Oh,
you can't think. And I don't like that, and I have a couple videos where I certainly feel that way myself, where I was like, I'm morally right, you're wrong. And I don't like that. Like, it made me feel weird about myself. And I had happiness in that video that I once made, and I looked at it and I was kind of like,
oh yeah,
I'm not that happy with myself in that video anymore, but I'm going to leave it up, you know. And some people did call me, I had a couple people call me out on it. They're like, look, you got to be completely realistic with yourself. And that was kind of why I started doing some live streams, because I was like, if I'm live, what am I going to do? Just be like, cut, you know, like, what do there's nothing I can do about that. And so it kind of is like a more like unfiltered way of me, and it's helped me shift my mind to be more like, and not to say that, like, you know, there are things that certainly, you know, I know for sure that you know, things that are very black and white as far as like what the correct standing is on something. And that I'll never pull away from if I know that, you know, it's something I can Google, have the dictionary.com answer on.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna shift away from that, but you know, it is something that I think about. And to answer your question the full, I have different levels of enjoyment in making videos depending on what it is. And I think with the goal I'm trying to move forward with, I want to find enjoyment in a space where I have an audience that, like, and it sucks because I do have my own like personal internal enjoyment in like the process of making a video and putting it out there. But man, and I don't know if this is you too, I'm just like a freaking algorithm freak, but when I see that 10 out of 10, it's like, just no other feeling. It's so hard to get away from, and I don't know if you relate to that at all.
I'm kind of in the realm of not thinking about it too much.
Nice. So you're mentally healthy.
Well, not really. I would say that I more lean so to the realm of it, like me mentally making it a job, even though I don't get paid for it. Because I'll stress out. I'll be like, damn, I gotta edit the assembly. I gotta put the intro music in, and or whatever it is, and it's like Saturday. And I'm like, I'm stressing it. I'm like thinking about it and stressing it. And I'm like, yo, it's cool. I'm going to get it done. Like, it'll get out. Even if I don't make it on time, like, what's it matter? Like, the 20 people that watch every week are going to get upset. Like, I got to not stress, you know?
Yeah.
Like, all these little things. And I feel like, I don't know, when you do that, it makes it, I don't know, more genuine when you're not. I like the way you put out your stuff. It's kind of. Yeah, it's like it's there. The other day, I was like, "What the hell? You're on at like 7 a.m." What was that?
I was trying to like, so
not the shift, but I was just saying, like, oh.
No. And this, this actually relates to it. If I'm being like totally forthcoming and honest, I do think a part of me needs that external validation. On the internet, and not in a sense of like people being like, oh bro, you're right, like I'm not, that's not what I'm looking for. I am a very social person in real life, and I love, like, I go to shows where there's like a lot of people, or I'm always like constantly interacting with people, whether that's, even on like a small level with like my own family, or maybe I'm interacting with like a couple of friends at an outing, or maybe I'm like, I golf. That's another thing I do. And I'm with a group of people, and I'm a social person. It's into a lot. And when I don't have that same level of like being social on the internet, and I see that, while it's really hard for me to grasp this idea, and you've actually helped me with this a lot because you've like interacted with my videos, and that's been very in my lives and like hanging out. That's been very like helpful to me to learn the power of just like a few people hanging out in a live stream, and that's something I've like slowly been learning. But I'm used to like that style of like in real life interaction. So when I don't have that same style of interaction on the internet to what I'm outputting, I'm like, dude, what? Like, I almost like ask myself, like, what is wrong with me? Like, what did I say something that was bad? Did I do something? Like, I'm like, what? Like, there's something clearly not resonating. Something is not right here. What is that thing that's not right? And that is something I'm asking myself before I make a video. That is something I'm like looking at, and I'm like, what can I do to make this next video better? It's
I wish H3's got the button. They hit the button, and it you can sort of just cut to technical difficulties. Like, I've needed that many times. Like, I don't scrub anything from my channel. I keep it all out there. Even the stuff. I mean, going back to what you said. I mean, I get enjoyment from it just like you, but I am like you in a sense as well. As like, I've put stuff out that I haven't been like the most thrilled about like dropping it, but I still want to drop it because either someone else put some effort into the video, or it was a podcast and someone else was on it, and they want me to put it out, and it's like, okay, I'll go ahead and put it out. Like, I'm not gonna I don't know, I'm not gonna withhold all the bad jokes I've done. Yeah, they're all there. They're all there. And I at this point, I hope they come back to haunt me. Let's get it going.
Time to cancel Slipper House. Let's go.
Right. Let's get it going, man. I'm pretty sure I made a like I'm no thin rail over here. Okay, I'm not a fit master like yourself. Eating apples and whatever the energy bar you got over there.
Treadmill.
The treadmill. Yeah, what is it? Would you say it was an inflatable treadmill? What?
You wanna know why I got this treadmill? Hasan convinced me to get it.
Oh,
I'm
my
serious.
God.
If you watch his, I'm like the most chronically online. Like Denims, I think is live streaming right now. If you watch her, I watch Denims and Hasan a lot, and Hasan, like to the right of his camera, had his leaning there, and then I saw him running on it one day, and he had like his Kaya camera. You could see him like running in the back on it, and I saw how it went underneath his desk, and I was like, I'm just gonna Amazon like under the desk treadmill now.
You definitely gotta do you definitely gotta do a stream on the treadmill now.
I will. I've thought about it. I definitely should, because I edit videos while I'm on it now, and it's
damn, man,
it's great.
You're an inspiration. Look, dude, you're just like multi-talented and healthy. Like, dude, what the hell?
I try, dude. It's what state do you live in, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm Virginia based. Right now I'm in South Carolina. So
okay. So that's the reason. I'm glad I asked that, because I live in Illinois, and we deal with like torrential, like horrible winters here. We've had the last winter, I think, and this winter have been very mild. I think a lot of stuff's going on with the weather and the shifts and everything, but
climate change.
Climate change, man. We've had like 40-degree days, but I'm used to Illinois winters where we're just poured in snow, and I skate, and it's hard to get out to go skate places in the winter. So
I've seen some of your videos where it's difficult. It just looks cold and wet.
Yep. And when I think about that, I'm like, skateboarding is my main form of exercise. And I've for the most part, I've always been like a very pro health person. And I try my best to advocate for others to make improvements in their health, whether that's not something me forcing on people, but people to just take their own actions for what works for them. I'm very much
definitely
into that.
agree with you. I'm definitely horrible at taking the advice.
Yeah.
I'll be straight with you. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm the. I definitely need to cut back on my alcohol consumption at night.
Oh.
My beers.
You want to know something about me? I don't know if you know this or not. Maybe you do. And not to be like, I'm not trying to be the look at me guy.
Yeah.
But I've never actually had a sip of alcohol in my life, and I don't.
You skate theorist was right.
Oh, skate theorist! I was just talking with them. Yeah, I've never had alcohol, and I don't use that as like to weaponize in any way. I don't use that to be like, look at me, you should quit now because of me. It's just always been something that I've never really been like fond of. And I honestly believe that if someone wants to drink, they can drink as long as they're doing it within their own means and not hurting other people.
Oh yeah, well I've definitely had I have a what would you call it, a checkered past, I guess. I've been in trouble with the law, man. And
oh no.
Oh yeah. But nowadays, I keep it mild. I got a girl, I got a daughter, a 3-year-old daughter. That's her toys you see in the background there and stuff.
Aww.
So, I mean, I have my beers, but I mean, I could definitely, cut back. I like them at night. I don't drink I don't drink all day or anything. I don't have like some issue, but
they have non-alcoholic beers now.
They have so many of them. They have so many of them. It's insane. Sometimes I almost get tricked at the store because they'll put a really small font, and I'm like, oh wait, this is non-alcoholic, but I just wanted it because the bottle was cool, or I'm a sucker for good packaging. So
yeah, dude, it's that's definitely the packaging grabs your attention. I think that happens with like all drinks.
Or with how like crispy it looks. Like I think that's like the 8th time I've said crispy. It's because you're in that crispy room.
You're crispy guy.
Yeah, you're the crispy guy, not me. I'm over here.
Maybe I'm gonna go get a crispy chicken sandwich after this.
Ooh, snap!
We're gonna keep it crispy out here.
Keeping it crispy, dude. I don't know. As long as it's healthy, man.
As long as it's healthy,
right?
You know what I've been nerding out over? You ever heard of a place called Sweet Green?
No.
They make like Hasan was eating it on his stream. That's how I found out about it.
It's called Sweet Green.
Sweet Green. I don't know if they have it. They may or may not have it by you, but it's like a salad place. They make like you can have like chicken, and you can have like I get like
we have salad.
What else do I get in the salad? Might be a similar thing. You can get
what's
like
hilarious too is I actually have some fun questions that I wrote down here, and one of them is best salad dressing.
I like the one I've been. So I used to be very anti-salad.
Oh, dude, me too. Me too.
I was like, you're eating leaves, yeah, idiot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just was like, I never hated on anyone. I was like, oh no, I only eat. I grew up with picky parents who didn't eat.
I was the picky one. My parents ate like anything.
Really? It was opposite for me. My parents were picky. They were meat and cheese people. That's what I called them, meat and cheese people. And
me.
It wasn't until I was like 18, until like I got out of the house. It was like living with friends and getting into trouble and stuff that I was like, and pretty much, no money, running around, working like a part-time job. Like, you'll eat what you can get at that point. So that's when you start trying new things. Like, oh, shit, I've never had sushi. You got some? I guess I'll try it. Like,
oh, dude, I think this is something I don't think you know about me. I used to live in China for 3 years.
Really?
And
I did not know
I
that.
lived in Shanghai, China. And as a kid, the reason you'll see how I'm circling back to what you just said, I went into a lot of like grocery stores out there, and the main one we used to go to would reek of fish. They had a lot of like fish tanks around, and it would like always reek of fish. And this is not just a me to you thing. I've actually spoke with people on this recently who have traveled to China and have been there. People who also are Asian that had a bunch of time spent out there.
Yeah,
they will openly tell you this. Like a lot of the like grocery stores just have that smell to it. And I think growing up as a kid, like that constant smell
that lobster
of like,
tank?
oh my God. Yeah, just like the fishy smell got to me, and it made me not want to like have like sushi or like,
you don't want any,
or whatever.
You don't want any Wild Planet wild anchovies, huh?
No, I don't.
Dude, there's a guy on YouTube, Matthew Carlson, and he does videos where he just commentates and eats different cans of sardines and anchovies, and it's one of the best things I've ever watched. Like I know you don't necessarily like. I don't eat it either. So, but I watch him eat. Like if you watch his videos, you'll understand why. Dude's like super soft spoken, and he put the way he edits. I think that's why you'll like it. It's because really the reason I got so hooked is because of the way he's filming his videos. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
What is his name again?
Matthew Carlson.
It's called, Matthew, keep talking. I'm gonna look at
Canned Fish Files with Matthew Carlson, dude. But yeah, dude. But wait. So what's the best salad dressing though?
The best. Oh, I see this guy. Okay, I'm gonna look at this later.
Dude, it's
the
great.
best salad dressing. On my sweet green salad, I get. Oh my god, why am I drawing a blank? Well, they also have their like spicy dressing they put on it. That's really good, and they have a pesto dressing. That's what it is.
Ooh.
And it's really good. I get like chicken. I get half arugula, half spinach.
Yes.
There's like breadcrumbs.
Arugaloids. Unite.
Oh, so good. One of my clients put me onto it. I used to tell her, like, this client of mine, like, oh, I hate arugula, and she was basically like, what? And I tried it, and I tried a pepper one that she had recommended.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, dude, I actually like regular arugula now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they put like breadcrumbs. I think it comes with tomatoes, but I swap it out. I think I have like a slight tomato allergy. My face used to break out.
You got that citrus burn. My friend Dirt has that.
I think so.
Yeah, he eats like raw fruit or something, and it gets red. Yeah.
Oh yeah, And so I think I have a little bit of that. So I swap it out with carrots, and then I think there's like some sort of rice. It's a whole amalgamation of stuff, but that's my favorite dressing.
Yours sounds healthy, man. Because let me tell you now, when I first started, my salads were not healthy. Okay, I actually used to work at a salad place in Virginia Beach. It was called Jason's Deli. I don't know if y'all have those there.
Jason's Deli.
Yeah, I think it's a Texas-based thing, but for some reason there's some on the East Coast.
I live in Texas. Jason's Deli. Let me see. Oh, we have that here.
Oh, you do? Yeah, I worked at one of those. Making ends meet over there at Jason's Deli, and they have a salad bar. So that's where, like, of course, like you get a discount when you work there. And I would go home after work and be like, well, I'm gonna make myself a salad or something. Try it out. We also had a Harris Teeter. Do y'all have Harris Teeter? No. It's like a grocery store. It's like a really bougie grocery store that has like a really fancy salad bar. So of course, like, I was like, oh, I'm working around all these fancy salad bars. I'm gonna start eating salad. This was like a few years ago. I didn't eat salads, dude. I was like, I never ate them. And then all of a sudden, it's like, now I crave them. Now I'm like, want them throughout the week. But I'm starting to make them more healthy. I've started to use fruit in my salad.
That sounds good.
I use mandarin. I like mandarin oranges in there.
Those are so good.
I like dried strawberries, like the dried strawberries.
Ooh. Yep, yeah, sounds good.
Raspberries, I like those too. Also, like, dude.
So you're like a fruit-based salad.
Fruit-based, but I also like the boiled egg. I like the chopped up boiled egg in there for some reason.
Never tried that. I'll have to try it.
Oh, it's good. And I'm a feta cheese boy, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. I love that shit.
Feta cheese, it's good. I like a lot of cheese. People give me
flat. I
love
cheese, man. I made pizzas for years.
Dude, I just made a homemade pizza the other night.
I made one last night. Crazy.
No way.
Yeah.
Look at us, dude. Freaking every now and then I take a little break from the good eating and I go make pizza time.
Yeah, see, last night I did not do well. Last night I was like, tonight's a 4 beer and pizza night.
You know what I've realized? I've realized that like eating well contributes to my overall like happiness as a person.
Yeah, probably.
If I eat bad, I start feeling sad.
Yeah.
And I don't like how I feel when I eat bad. So I try to like, and also I think working out, we have like a rower that I go on sometimes. I don't know if you've ever seen those. Like,
dude.
But yeah,
watch it in the Olympics.
I have like a dopamine release or some sort when I use that, or like or even just this little treadmill.
No, you're definitely onto something when it comes to that, because I would say within the past 2 years, like I probably got to like after having my daughter. Really, dude, it's like that thing that happens. You have a kid. You know, I was 30. You know, it hit, and I was like, I started to like develop the dad bod instantly. Like, like it didn't.
Hey, no shame in a dad bod.
Dude, hey
no
man,
shame.
it didn't take long, but I was just getting and like with doing YouTube and like working and stuff, I was not skating. Like we were talking about it earlier, circling back. I was not skating for like the longest time. Like I got a skateboard 3 years ago, right? I got that toy machine board a year ago, like as a gift.
Oh wow!
And it hasn't been set up, like because my other board's still okay. Like I'm still,
yeah,
so,
dude, and that's controversial. That's controversial. I'm learning. I told someone the other day I was like, yeah, I've had my deck for like 4 months, and they're like, what? How could you not? Like, you must not be good at skating because of that. I'm like, whoa. People are getting mad at this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's still got pop, so it's like it's got kind of a crispy tail, like a razor tail, but I kind of like it when it gets like that.
Yes.
I like it when my board. I don't really like fresh boards. Is that crazy?
No,
like,
same.
Like, and I'll even save it. I'll try not to break it, and I'll save it, and I'll like.
Same.
And I'll be like, yo, I'll put some trucks back on it if I have to. Like this deck right here is old as dirt. Like this is from like I got this out of like a CCS catalog, like when I was in like 8th grade. Like,
hell yes, CCS.
And it wasn't even at one. I remember I got another toy machine board. I felt like I was cheating on toy machine, and I never even skated it really. Like
you got the grip on the front of it too, the grizzly grip.
Yeah, it came with it on it, which I hated, by the way.
I don't know if it's possible to show you. Let me see if I can turn my camera and show like on my wall. Do you see them?
Oh, I see them. You got the wall hangers.
Yeah, I kind of don't want that to focus. I don't want that kind of dox me. There's something on the wall there that has a lot of personal information on it.
That's like your diploma. Like...
But yeah, it literally is. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have those boards on the wall. So I save boards like that as well.
Yeah.
There's something sentimental about that, and it feels good.
Oh yeah, dude, it does feel good. Like I have a whole box of just skateboard stuff that junk that I keep. Bearings that I probably will never use again. Stuff. But
that's what's up.
What I was tying back to is that I'm going. I just once a week now for the past like 3 weeks. I've started skating again, and
oh wow,
yeah, just
sick.
Like getting out there trying to get like 2 hours in.
Nice.
I don't have a lot of spots. I'm kind of just doing it around my neighborhood, and I don't have a lot of spots here. Virginia Beach, tons of them, tons of good skate parks. Not here so much.
My skate park reviews.
Yeah, oh, definitely, dude, definitely. If you're out in Virginia Beach way, I could tell you Woodstock Park is one of the best. Yeah, tons of good places out there, but not here so much. So I've just been skating, like, the curbs, and I'm definitely an old school skater. I do a lot of...
curbs are...
Yeah, I do a lot of Mike V type stuff.
I am pro curb, pro Mike V. Let's go, dude.
Yeah. Even though I'm a toy machine head, I think that's because I'm also an artist. I draw.
That's so cool.
I make weird stuff. I got stuff laying around all over the place. Like really weird.
Yo, put that on a grip tape. That would be goated for grip.
I got tons of that. It's just doodles. Yeah, just doodles and.
Wait, what is your
I'm
other
big
job?
into Ed Templeton, so
sick.
His artwork and all that stuff. I've got it tattooed on me.
Look at that. It's right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's sick.
I've got
What is your other job? What's your other job?
My main job? My real job? I'm actually a receiver. I'm a receiver for a like super bougie like wine place.
Oh, nice. Do you see a lot of like
wine and beer? Wine, beer,
man.
all that stuff. We're busy during the holidays. Essentially, is what it is. It's a regular like job. Like it's definitely like a regular. I used to be in the restaurant business, and I got out of that. I'm glad I've gotten out of that. There's no time for making videos or anything when you're working 5 to 2 in the morning at a bar or a pizza place.
Yeah.
You know, I had to. That was most of my credentials, though, like work-wise, for the longest time until like pandemic era, and then I started working for a supermarket, and I never stopped working during the whole pandemic because I worked for a supermarket. So
wow, good for you.
Yeah, so I mean that sucked. Believe me, my girl did not work, and she made more money than me, which was crazy. I had to work the whole time.
And you were working. Oh
yeah,
man,
the government gave her more money. I wasn't mad about it, but I sort of was like, damn. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, then I moved on to I moved up. I move up fairly quickly anywhere I go, and they're like, oh, he knows what he's doing, and. When I moved down here, actually, this is only a temporary move down here to South Carolina.
Oh wow,
we're gonna go back to Virginia Beach, like for sure.
Oh okay.
Yeah. Where we're at now is we're outside of like the Columbia area, I guess. It's pretty popular. But we're kind of like on the outskirts, and it's not. I'm used to so much more noise.
Okay. So you'd fit more into Chicago, the LA sort of vibe.
Yeah, right now we're like my girl's from Illinois.
No way.
Yeah, she's Mattoon, Illinois.
Oh yeah. It's a cool area.
There's nothing there. It's like a Burger King.
That's what makes it cool. It's like very unique. It's like on its. I know. It's like you have to go south. I know where it's at.
Yeah.
It's like it's the middle of nowhere, so to speak.
Yeah. That's where her family's from. And all that, but they were military, so that's. I met her out in Virginia Beach. I'm actually from the mountains. I lived in Roanoke, Virginia, until I was 18. So.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, damn. So you've also done a lot of moving around throughout your life.
Yeah, a little bit. And then now we're down here. We're giving it a shot to see if like we like it, you know. And it's kind of moving in the other direction, where it's like maybe we'll save and go back to the coast, you know, to the beach.
How does that make you feel as like a creator, so to speak, online, like being in different spaces? Like, for instance, I think with like for myself, when I think about that, as far as like making content, is like, who are my friends that are in the immediate area? Like, one of my biggest fears is like, unless it was like LA, like let's just hypothetically say I moved to like Wisconsin or something, like I wouldn't know anyone out there, and like granted I go to the skate park, make a few friends, but I wouldn't feel the same way about making content out there. And granted, like I don't know how you feel about that.
That's what I'm at. Like kind of like we used to show House Assembly, like we did that in person. Like if you go back and you know, starting March last year, we've been here a year now. So March last year, that's when the show stopped being in person. And now we do it kind of like how we're doing it now, where it's, you know, we're all on Discord talking once a week. So, and I will say, which is really funny, because when we were doing it in person, the views were so low.
Really?
No one cared. Like, I'll tell you real quick how the show started. Actually, it started as just audio. We would just record the audio, and then I would make graphics in Microsoft Paint. I would make little funny, like dumb graphics in Microsoft Paint, and I would just put them up on screen for whatever we were talking about. So those got really good views, actually, which was pretty crazy.
Wow.
They were decent. You know, I was like getting 100 or so. I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad for a Microsoft, and that's when the channel was like brand new. I didn't even know what I was doing with it. You know, I just wanted a place to put my videos. So I've got a lot of channels too, but they're harder to find than yours because it's not.
You'd have to link me to them.
Yeah, I'll definitely link you to them. I've got some funny history that you'd be like, oh my god.
I'm on an Operation Cancel Slipper House.
Like, oh,
getting right to it.
The Juggalos got me one time. They already tried. I painted my face as Peter Criss from Kiss one time and made a video as pretending to be a Juggalo. And
oh no!
I was in like 9th grade too. I made so many people mad, and like people at my school were mad. There was like
no
well,
shot.
the only reason I made it is because I was trying to get into their wrestling federation. They had like a wrestling federation, and I was trying to get in to like be a character, like you know, juggalo. You know, I was just saying, you know, juggalos are dirty brown water trash. They're disgusting. Like,
Oh my god.
I was like, you know, I was cutting up. Dude, it was such a goofy video. It's hilarious. Like, but
Okay,
there's legit death threats underneath it, which is like crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're like, oh, where you live, like all this stuff. I'm like, it's old though, so it's like a 16-year-old video at this point. Like,
Oh, what? And people were still on that back then?
yeah, man, people were still. Oh yeah, dude, that was like the height of like juggalos, dude. There was a lot of them at my school for some reason.
And not to shift the conversation, I'll come right back to this, but like that particular thing that you're talking about right now, 16 years ago on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was good, dude. You could put out a video.
Yeah, I was on YouTube. I was on YouTube a year after it started, so 2006.
You're an OG. You remember like, oh man, you've been around for like all the Penguin Zero videos.
Yeah.
You've been around for.
I was on You're the Man Now, dog. You know, before.
Oh my god.
Before YouTube,
dude,
man.
You could make a video back then, like.
I was trolling people on RuneScape in 2003, bro. Like,
yes, dude.
I was, you know, 10 years old, catfishing people in AOL chat rooms. Like,
me, dude, I did that shit too.
I was like, I'm 25. I'm from California. I skate.
Those were the dude AOL Messenger and like.
I used to go into rollerblading chat rooms and call them fruit booters.
No.
Yeah, I did that. I did do that.
AOL, dude.
Super 13-year-old thing to do.
I don't know if I'm just like a guy that looks back in the past all the time, but I'm like such a sucker for that old stuff. Like,
oh, I love it.
AOL and like, dude, when I was a little kid, I played like Club Penguin a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You remember
dude.
that?
I would troll on that too. Hell yeah, that was accessible from my school computer.
Same.
So I definitely got on that sucker, dude.
And there was a space and time back then when, how do I put it to you? Making an actual video about anything was actually interesting to people.
Yeah,
like if you made a video being like, you know, yesterday I spilled coffee on my pants, and then you know, I went to the store and like came back, and like you could be talking about nothing, actual nothing, and people
100%.
be like, yo, YouTuber, yo, what's up? And nowadays, like, if you're just like doing like a little day in your life type of thing, or like
nowadays you can have like a really nice camera, you can have all the good stuff, and no one's gonna care. But back then you could record yourself eating a watermelon on your you know, your Verizon Envy you know, whatever shit fucking chocolate LG. Like
chocolate LG, dude,
you know,
that was goated. What was your first camera?
I don't know the names. I would not say I'm well versed in knowing you know, all the abbreviations for the cameras. But I had a tape. It was a tape. It was a small like tape you would put in there, and it would close up. And yeah,
I still own one of those.
I still have it. Yeah. I still have it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I still have it. I had a lot of different cameras, though. I was just, like, obsessed with different cameras. Like, I didn't care what kind it was. I was going to use it. Like, those little shitty flip cameras, I use that thing all the time for stuff. And I would use different cell phones, too. Like, if someone had an old cell phone they didn't want, I would take it and, like, use it just as a video camera.
Oh, that's sick. I can relate to that. I definitely... Yeah. I think that was there was a time and space for that.
I used to love Blackberries. I used to love Blackberry's camera. And
right. That was a good camera at one point.
It was. And at one point, yeah. Now it doesn't hold up. But
oh, that's crazy.
I love filming on that thing.
Do you remember the flip cameras? Like I think they were called flip. It was like a little rectangular thing and it had a little camera.
I had one of those. I would use it all the time, dude. And it had the USB that like popped out and you'd stick it in. Yeah.
You remember the later generation? You could just press upload to YouTube on it, and it would just upload right to YouTube.
Dude, that's sick.
How
come they don't make those anymore?
Because you can't just upload. You gotta do thumbnail. You gotta do title. You gotta do tags. You gotta do appropriate for the right age. You gotta do it My United States. You gotta do like all this extra shit. You used to just be able to like
Is this made for kids?
Yep, it was easy, but
No, it's not.
Those times are gone. And also, I feel bad. Did I take you off track of you said you had a list of fun questions?
Oh no, yeah. And I was talking about the assembly and all that. We kind of, that's what happens, dude. It's all good.
We were talking about salad dressing, and then you had another question. And then I'm like, damn, I'd thrown him off track.
We went from salad dressing to like how House Assembly started on Microsoft Paint to to where we are now to.
That's awesome. I'm enjoying it.
It's a conversation. It is. I say an interview because it seems more appropriate, and I feel like that word gets more clicks. So,
it does.
That's what we're going with. But I
feel
feel
like the title. The title of our stream will be "Two Hasanabi Haters Talk Shit About Hasan," and then all these people are gonna watch it.
Gifted hater owns Hasan Anabi.
He made it. Did you see his thing where he was shitting on Charlie Penguin Zero recently?
What? Gifted?
He made a channel called Posers Zero, and he has like 10 videos where he's shitting on Charlie. And then he has another channel called Vlogman 3000.
Oh, I've seen that one. Those are good. Those are like skate videos.
They're skate videos, but the one where he's shitting on Charlie, now he might shit on Eddie Burback, he said.
Oh my gosh, dude. Dude, this is what I wanted to happen. I was like, please just dive a little bit outside of the skateboard realm, Like you're saying, like they've been beaten up enough by you, dude. Like, they can only take so much more. Like, they don't need any more bruises, Like who'd you say earlier? George Poulos. Like, yeah, he doesn't he doesn't need any more, man. Let off of him.
Dude, and then also, I don't know if I'm like sharing someone, and maybe, and do you edit these after the fact?
No, not necessarily. I've actually gotten into less and less editing. I used to edit the shit out of videos, but now it's all.
I'll keep what I'm about to say very dry then. I was talking to Skate Theorist recently, and him and I had a conversation.
Awesome. I love him, dude.
Yeah, we were DMing.
Maybe I'll get him on here.
You should. Him and I had a conversation, and I think the whole like idea of like algo stuff kind of got to him as well. And that's something we were talking about. And if you go to his channel, I mean, this is very public. He hasn't been posting skate stuff there anymore. He hasn't been. All his skate videos are on unlisted now.
Whoa, really?
He's kind of thinking. Yep, he's thinking about shifting into something else, and those details I won't divulge. But that's him and I were talking about that in a DM, and I think it's just like it's getting to all of us. Do you watch Brian Arnett?
That name sounds so familiar.
He's a really good. He's someone I always use as a good example. I actually got to meet him in real life. Yeah, he's a great skate YouTuber. I think he
probably
is
watched
someone
his videos.
Like,
I just I'm drawing a blank on the face for some reason. I'm trying to visually draw it in my brain.
He's doing a good job of what skate YouTube should in my mind look like.
Yeah,
I think he's doing the right thing, and he's got a handful of different channels with different style. That man's on board. He knows what he's doing. As well as Gifted Hater. I think Gifted Hater has. He's my.
I'm not gonna lie. Like he's hilarious. I like it when he dives outside of the that whole Sodi 2024 where he's in the Batman mask. Dude, that was my favorite stand-up special this year. Like that was insane. He had the notes. Crazy. He was going through the jokes. I was like, dude, this is good. Like this, it's almost like he wrote a whole hour-long stand-up special based off of Sodi, which is crazy.
It's crazy. And then here's the thing this is the one thing, and while I agree with that sentiment,
the
one thing that blows my mind about his channel, and it's definitely
is that it's not well done.
He's like the lighting was shit in that video. Like the lighting was bad, and it was like not an interesting background or anything like that. And yet no one rips him up for that. But yet if I did that, people would be like, "Oh, bro, take the mask off. Excuse me. While you take the mask off, can you fix your lighting?" But for some reason, he's like void of all that. He's like
Sid
get it.
from Toy Story, and you're like Andy.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I'm saying? People aren't gonna get mad at Sid for being in the dark and burning holes in his action figures with a magnifying glass. But if you start doing it, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, Andy?" You take care of your toys. The fuck?
It's Jover. It's so Jover if I do that, dude. It's like, I don't understand. Why? Why? And maybe I'm just speaking out of insecurity, but I just don't.
No, I get it. I get it. Like, yeah, I get it. I feel like, you know,
Some creators have
who
that.
you are. Yeah, it depends on who you are, and well, he's also already got the, whatever you want to call it, them by the hook. You know what I'm saying? He's got all those, you know, YouTube skater kids by the hook, dude. They love Gifted Hater. As soon as Sci-Fi drops a Gifted Hater Pro model, they're gonna fucking sell the fuck out. Like, know it too.
They are, dude. Oh my god.
They're gonna sell out hard. And he's great, dude. He's good at skating, so he can back it up.
Yes.
And like, you know, all this shit talk and stuff. But like we were saying, I would love to see him dive into some different realms, man. Like, I would love to see let me just get Gifted Hater on an episode of Bad Friends or some shit with Bobby Lee or something. Just, I feel like he could get there to that point. Like, he's kind of funny and witty enough to really escalate there. Especially if he leaves the whole skateboard. I don't think he will, though. I don't think he will.
No.
I think he'll keep it, tighten it. He kind of likes I think he likes the low quality of his stuff.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I firmly believe that. Yeah. And he's also like, there's like times where he starts his video off. I have like, you know, little small criticisms. He has like videos where he starts off where his camera's not even on the screen. And it's just like the background, and then he pops up like 10 seconds later. I'm like, dude, if I did that, dude, Jover, 2 views.
Oh yeah,
2 views.
2
but
views.
For him, nope, 145K views. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? What's happening
Putting in
here?
too
What is
much
this
effort,
timeline?
apparently, is what we're doing wrong.
Apparently, but you know, I gotta give him credit for getting the views that he does. And being able to do that, I mean, it says something about him. It does.
That was one of my questions too. Was favorite skate YouTuber and least favorite? I don't know if you can answer.
Okay. Favorite would be I might be biased just because I already mentioned him and because he's a friend of mine now. But I think right now I'm really enjoying Brian Arnett. I feel like this like homey vibe of his channel, and like there's all sorts of different. He does like live streams with different YouTubers, and he's, you know, put other people on a platform that are friends of his that I watch their channels. He's a cool person, and like, you know, as far as what, you know, how he is. I don't know. It's like a very personality based channel that I think is unique in the skate space. So I think he's probably
nightclub.
Dude, yeah, and he's putting in. I appreciate people that are putting in the work. He's a good skater too, dude. He's really good.
Okay, dude, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
I think my least, he has like Brian Arnett live, and then regular. There's like the Brian Arnett, and there's like Boring Arnett channel. There's a whole bunch of them.
Boring Arnett.
Yeah, and then he has his podcast channel too that you can find through his main channel. He's got a whole bunch. I respect that as someone else who's kind of in that same vein. Yeah, he's cool. I think my least favorite skate YouTuber, myself. No, I'm just kidding. Me. It's me.
Who's the worst, man? Tell me who's the worst.
You know what? I'm trying to think of. You know what? There's. I think what's happening in my older years, I don't think I have like a least favorite, but what I am noticing in myself is like, and this is a hot take in the skate community, but I'm falling off from enjoying like giant parts of stuff, if you will, if that makes sense. Like I don't have the same interest I once did in being like, da-da-da's part dropped. Like unless there's a big notable one, I'll be interested, but I'm not hyper focused on like,
well,
look at that kickflip on the 11. Like,
that's not a hot take for me, because I agree. I don't like parts dropping. I think that sucks.
Yeah.
I like videos.
Yeah.
That's just me. I'm old school. I like the whole video. Like, this is, you know, Jacuzzi Unlimited's new video. I'm going to watch it. But then they'll go 3 days later and be like, here's Caswell Berry's new part. And I'm like,
yeah.
Why wasn't it in the video? Like,
yeah.
Like, why are you dropping this separately on Thrasher's channel and it's not on your Jacuzzi channel in the video? Like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it's a jacuzzi video, so it makes no sense.
It's stuff like that. So I don't think there's any channel I can point to, but that's the kind of content where, like, I used to make a bunch of skate parts and post those on my channel.
Damn, dude, you calling out Thrasher right now as the least as your least favorite skateboarding YouTuber?
Dude, I mean, in some respects, yeah. I mean, there's channels like there's certain videos that have dropped that I enjoy in there, but I don't have the same enjoyment nowadays with that channel in particular that I used to.
Bro,
not to say that I don't like
answer, actually. I've never really kind of thought of it that way.
Yeah, I mean, not to say that I don't like it. I think they're doing great and they're up to the right thing, and a lot of people are still viewing it, and I think they're conscientious about whose parts they drop on there. But I also just I'm not interested in every part. You know, here's Tommy Dixon's new part. I'm like, who the frick is Tommy Dixon?
Yeah,
who is
dude.
this? Like,
and his brother John.
Yeah, and John's dropping a part tomorrow, and am I falling off, or what is happening here?
I mean, so, I feel that in a sense too. Like, I'm like, just reflecting on your answer there, I definitely feel that in a sense that, you know, Thrasher has, like, when I go to YouTube, it's one of the last ones that I would like check. I can say probably what was the last thing I watched on there was I couldn't tell you, you know. Which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That a lot of those channels just, like, you know, I mean, Trans World gone, Thrasher still there, and they're still pumping it out, but I feel like they are not doing as well as they'd like to make it seem.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really have any long original form content on there, or any short form, like, besides like these parts in Skate Line, which, you know, has been terrible for a long time. So
I know. Skateline was so good back in the day.
Yeah, it was good when I loved it when it first came out, but it's like it needs something. It's got the same intro. It had 16 years ago. So let's.
Maybe I'm just an old head, but I'm starting to like Nine Club more in my current time.
Dude, I'm a Jerron Wilson guy. I love Jerron, bro. I've always loved Jerron. He had one of my favorite parts. It's him and Brandon Beeble's parts, like where they share a part. I forget what video it is, like Pretty Sweet or something.
Yeah, maybe? It is. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, dude, his part in that, for some reason, I don't know why, but it's so smooth. Everything he does is just so, as he should say, buttery. It's so smooth, and it almost looks like a video game.
Yeah, dude.
But I would watch that part. Me and my friend Nick would watch that part back in high school and get hyped, and they would make us go skate. We'd get like 2 minutes into it and be like, "Oh, let's go, gotta go skate." You know, like,
that's the stuff I miss, dude.
Yeah, I love Gerard. Chris Roberts is funny too. He's pretty funny, man.
Chris Roberts is really funny.
I'll give him his due. I think he, like, in gifted haters sense, yeah, that's just future gifted hater. Like, let's look at Chris Roberts. That's future gifted hater. Like, you know. If
you're not wrong.
Yeah, he's just not as mean, you know. But sometimes he can be, you know. Sometimes, you know. I mean, what is he? What's the joke? He rides for Independent, but skates Thunders or something, like just throwing shade at his own company the whole time.
Yeah. It's dude. It's freaking great. I love it.
Yeah, dude. I like Nine Club.
You know who I think's catching a lot of flack right now?
Who's that?
Barracks.
Oh yeah, but I would almost say rightfully so, man. Their content, like, it, for me, like, dude, trying to watch that battle at the last few Battle of the Barracks, it was miserable, bro.
Did you see my reacts to it?
I don't. I think I saw one. I have one of your videos. Was it the Steve Barrow one with him on the front?
Oh, the downfall of Steve Barrow.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I watched. Yeah.
I feel like a part of me feels bad about that video, but part of me doesn't feel bad about it. But
no, it was right.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying I'm right, the righteous guy, but I'm just saying I agreed with it.
yeah. There was a lot of points that I caught some flack for it because of the original guy who made that video that I stemmed my video off of. That guy kind of had some stuff that he was sharing in his video where I guess some people were like, "Oh, I was there for that, and I saw that."
Wasn't it Dumb Data who made the video?
Yeah, and then Dumb Data made a video on it. Yeah, so there was just like a lot of different nuance there that I kind of like missed within that video because of the original video I saw that I felt bad about. But other than that, I mean, I stand on still a lot of the other stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I hate the barracks. Like that'd be wrong of
Yeah,
me to say because I watched a ton of barracks growing up. You know, like
same.
dude, I used to get hyped for that Mike V Battle Commander video back in the day. I used to watch it all the time.
Oh my God, so
Yeah,
good.
when he does the leg plant on the wall, I was like, oh, yeah, let's go. Like that's my type of
Never
stuff,
forget.
dude. Like that's my type of stuff.
Yo, if you like that kind of stuff, check out my buddy Milk Snake on Instagram. It's like I think it's like underscore Milk Snake or Milk Snake. His name is Justice Walton. Just look up like Justice Walton. You'll see him. He's on YouTube. He skates like that, dude. He's so good. And it's funny because now I used to always tell people about like how insanely good he was, and like
Yeah.
people that are like super street skater-esque that were like, I only like kickflip front boards. I only like kickflip back big spins. Those people were the same people that were like, they're like, dude, that's not real skating. He's just like jumping around or whatever.
You
those
touch
people
your
have
board
turned
with your hands.
yeah, and those people have turned around now, and they're all like, dude, he's so fucking good. I'm like, I know. I've been saying this forever.
Damn,
This
that's
is
getting me
something
hyped
that
up.
I've
That makes
put
me
on.
want to get, because I used to be so good at all those like different things. And I tried pulling them out this past Sunday when I went skating, a few different things, and I'm like, this is way harder. It's way harder when you're way fatter and out of shape.
Yeah,
You know,
dude,
you're not 16 anymore. Like I was.
dude, the injuries nail you.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, I slammed my elbow, and I was like, all right in the moment, right? I was like, cool, like whatever. Oh, nice little. I haven't slammed in a while, and then I got home and sat down and ate a dinner, and it was after I was getting up from the dinner table, I was like, holy shit, like what? I was like, my whole body is sore and my elbow is throbbing. Like, what's going on?
Oh.
And then, yeah, it's because I slammed into it, and then rested, and then once I got back up to do something, like you can actually see it, like
Oh, it's still there.
yeah, it's got a knot on it, dude, right there.
Oh,
Yeah, I slammed it. It doesn't hurt, so it's like what do they call it? A hematoma. Like
dude.
it fills with water. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
I slammed hard, like.
Oh,
And the worst
no.
part about it was that a lady was walking by with a stroller too. She was walking by in her stroller, and I was like not expecting to eat shit like that at all. So it sucks. It's just someone just like I probably made her day.
Dude, you gave her kid PTSD.
Yeah.
And the kid won't want to ever skate. Yeah, as a newborn, I saw someone get hurt.
Yeah, dude.
Not ever engaging in that.
Nah, dude.
That's insane.
Nah, once they see someone in their driveway do a kickflip, they'll be like, "Holy shit, is that Tony Hawk?" Because that's what happened to me. You know.
Yeah. How did you get into skating?
Well, that's exactly how I was skating. Well, I wanted a skateboard. I remember I wanted a skateboard. I don't remember why. Just wanted one. And then I was like literally like not. I was like pushing Mongo somewhere around in my neighborhood, and it was by the way, this was like a mongoose skateboard. Like I don't know if you like. This is like from.
Dude,
like,
I had one of those.
Yeah.
I had one.
Yeah. They were super popular. First skateboard. I mean, it was fine for
Target
like what it
boards.
was. Yeah, for what it was. I was like 12, but I was like skating down the street or whatever, and I saw this dude. He was like, 30 years old. His name was Shane. You can say that.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Shane. I literally watched him pop a kickflip, like in his driveway, and like a big kickflip. I watched it. Like he went down and touched his board, and then popped a big ass kickflip, and I like literally was like, "Is that Tony Hawk?" Like in my head, like I was like, because that's the only skater when you're like 10 or whatever, how old I was.
Yeah.
And I went to his neighbor's house who had a kid there, and I was like, I'm gonna start hanging out with this kid next to this skater's house because this skater lives here. So like I started hanging out with the kid, his neighbor, and I would be hanging out at the house, and that's how I like weaseled my way into talking to this Shane guy. Now keep in mind, I'm like 10 or 11, right?
Yeah.
And this guy's like a 30-year-old man who skates. He's me at this point. Yeah. And I don't think anything of it, but it was for the longest time I was telling my mom and like, hey, I'm going to Shane's house. And she's like, okay. She just thought it was some kid in the neighborhood.
Oh.
And then she realized it was like a 30-year-old dude and was like, wait, what?
Oh, God.
And there was nothing
What'd you
weird.
do?
There was nothing weird. No, there was nothing weird.
Okay.
If anything, Shane got smart and I got that place popular, right? All the kids in the neighborhood started within like 3-4 years. Everybody in the neighborhood was skateboarding. He had ramps in his driveway. Yeah, he had ramps in his driveway, like a little box he built, a little rail. He had all this stuff that he built, and the kids would come and skate. But all the parents had to sign waivers.
Oh, so that
I was the reason for the waivers. So I went over. I went over there one day, and I fell real hard, and I got a concussion, and I knocked myself out cold. And when it's like a bad one too. Like I woke up, I was out, and I came to, and he was like, I could tell, like he was like white as a ghost. Like when I came to, he was like white as a ghost, and he was like freaking the fuck out. And he was like, that's where the waivers came from.
No shot.
Yeah,
You're
because
the reason.
Yeah, he was like, oh shit, like this happened on my property. I've got these skate ramps. He's not wearing a helmet. Like, if they're gonna come down here and play, they gotta, And it was right on him to do that. Like,
yeah,
and he didn't hate me for it. I ended up, going. I actually met Mike V with him, which was really cool.
Oh, so, no shot.
Yeah, he took me to Richmond and Richmond, Virginia, and I saw like it was a Cell Wheels demo or some shit, and I got to meet Mike V, and he was super cool. I was young, and it was funny because I was with other kids there. Mike V, I thought was hilarious because he didn't want to curse. He was like saying stuff like, he was like, man, this shop guys put me in a sour mood. Or something. I remember him saying sour.
No.
And I was like, why didn't you just say shitty?
That's insane. So you really got a good start to skating, it sounds like.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, and it was peak, like, you have to think, this was like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is like coming out. Like when I'm like discovering, like, it's hot. It's hotter than it's ever been. Like,
sure.
Yeah, I think so, at least. I think that was probably the peak. Like, of it, like,
yeah. I don't know what year, but I'm just going with it, assuming that was like the same time frame, because I do remember a peak of
like
Tony
2000,
Hawk.
yeah, like 2003 to 2006, like,
oh yeah,
when you had Underground come out, dude, it was the hottest thing ever. Whew. Like, you couldn't get enough skateboarding. It, dude. Oh yeah,
I literally still have it. It's so good.
Oh, it's one of the best. I could spend hours on it to this day, like, easily. Actually 4 is my favorite, which is funny. Like, you can't get off your board or anything, but it's still my favorite one.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot. Yeah. I totally forgot. You couldn't,
you couldn't get off your board. Yeah.
And there was like a lava level, or was that Underground? Was that Underground or 4? They had the like lava skate park. Which one was that?
I want to say that's Underground, dude. Yeah.
It might have been Underground.
Because at that point, you could get off your board. You could get, like, sodas from the vending machine and stuff. Like,
where's Skate 4 at? That's the real question.
Oh, God. Is it even going to happen? That game made me want to skate, too, though. I thought that was funny because I would always be, like, my friends would want to play it, and then it would just make me want to skate, like, for real. So I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, I can't sit around and play this. I'm not a big video game guy. I don't even own a system.
Me neither.
So,
me neither.
Yeah,
I tune out.
Yeah.
I usually tune out of Hasan's streams when the gaming portion comes on.
Oh, same. When it's they were talking at some video game the other day on H3, and I was like, I'm out. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. They were talking about, like, I don't know. I don't even, or when they talk about, like, the certain video game streamers, like, I don't care.
Yep. I don't either. Like, have you even seen the Jeff Wittick Bachelor thing on there?
Jesus, yeah, I've seen that on there. I don't even know why they're continuing it. It seems like he's smitten with this first girl, but he also seems smitten with every girl. So
I know. I almost feel like a secondhand cringe watching it. It's
I do too, because we all know that Jeff Wittick is a sleaze bag. This dude, like, he dresses like, he presents himself as one, so it's just shocking to me that anyone would be like, no.
I know, dude. They showed that whole swan boat Ryan, did you see that?
That was hilarious though, because Gabe was in the background and I was cracking up at that shit, dude. I like White Claw Gabe. He's funny.
White Claw Gabe is the goat, dude.
Yeah,
Freaking
man.
love that. Yeah, dude, that shit was funny. That's the kind of shit that I'm so.
Dude, honestly, that girl is super cool, man. Like
she is.
Like,
she's
what?
Really cool.
They need to give her a job or something.
She seems like she's like been on the H3 podcast for like years now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She talks so easily, dude. Like, she had like the conversation skills, kind of like, and I could tell that you had them too. That's why I was like, I want to talk to Max because that seems like someone that knows how to talk. Like a lot of times, you'll talk, meet someone and it's like they'll be an internet personality even, and they don't know how to talk. She was just rolling them off, dude. She even had a few one-liners. Like her whole bit about 9/11 was fucking crazy.
I know, dude. I was like, holy.
Honestly, that was the funniest joke. I thought that I was cracking up at that Pete Davidson joke from Jeff. I was like, that joke's so bad. I was like, that it's hilarious. Like he's telling this joke on a first date. That makes it even funnier.
Dude, that's the funniest thing too, because like. You're experiencing this like first date through the computer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's so weird.
It is weird, but it works. I mean, they do it on The Bachelor, but I guess it is weird for a podcast or internet personality to be.
It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. I'm a freaking consumer of it. Who am I to say it's?
Oh yeah. But it's the furthest they've ever gotten with it. So.
And I know. Well, I think it's funny because I know like. People have fallen off from Ethan because of his recent Palestine and his comments on that. But I think that's bringing some of those people back, inadvertently.
You got to go back to the goofiness, man. That's kind of what it was lost a little bit. I felt like you have all these separate shows, and see that's part of the problem with my channel is a lot of times I'll talk like the pro wrestling sauce will bleed over into another show. And it's like that was happening with Leftovers way too much, dude. You keep it on Leftovers, and I don't think you really have an issue. You don't acknowledge it at all on your other shows, like then you have no issue. Like, but he had to go off and go on rants on his other shows, and then those get clipped and taken out of context, and he keeps getting beat up more about it, and it's like. And I'm not gonna lie, I tuned out when he was doing those rants and stuff. Like it's not something that I feel like I'm well versed on or need to be, rattling my brain for an opinion on that. So it's like, I don't know. That whole situation was just a little goofy in the wrong way, and he needs to go back to being goofy in the right way with this fun Jeff Wittick thing. And I mean, it's goofy, it's stupid, but it's good, drama entertainment. What's what we want, like. That's what I want, at least. Is like I like that type stuff.
Drama.
Like I'm a big Howard Stern fan. I loved Howard. I'm also like a late night talk show nerd. Like a big time. I love Conan. I loved Late Night with Conan. That's the next show that I'm gonna attempt to do. Is like a late.
What is the guy that? Go ahead.
The late night talk show type deal, almost like but not as formatted, not as there's no commercial breaks clearly, so it's like I'm just gonna do my own live stream. I'm gonna call it Local Tonight, so it's gonna be like an actual late night talk show or whatever. I may even wear like a clip-on tie or something.
You should do that, dude.
I've already got the logo. The logo's. It's actually, if you go to our channel, you can see it in the YouTube banner. Local Tonight, and it even says Fridays or whatever.
Oh, that's so sick.
Yeah,
dude.
My girl's a designer. She knows how to make really cool logos and stuff.
That is sick. You should
cards, greeting cards.
You know that little TV you have in the corner of it?
Yeah.
It'd be cool, like see it on that like TV as like an intro, like on the screen or I don't know. It would be cool.
Ooh, that would be cool. But yeah, I'm kind of
I like that.
I got a whole list of bits for that show too. Like I was telling you about how I've got the list of worst thumbnails. It's just stuff like that, stuff. This will be the show where it's not pro wrestling. I mean, it can be. It can bleed over. It happens sometimes. But it's not pro wrestling. It's not House Assembly. There's going to be like zero structure, but also I actually have segments that I want to do every week, like worst thumbnail on YouTube. I also like, dude. I have no problem stealing bits. I have no problem stealing bits. You know, worst skateboard graphics reviews, like to pull up different skateboards and kind of just critique them on the art and stuff. It's cool. Doing deep dives on like some of my inspirations that people kind of don't know about or don't really know much about. You know, I watched a lot of cable access growing up, so like I used to watch a guy named Charles Cullen growing up, and he had the world's worst television show is what it was called, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
he had like puppets, and it was marionette puppet, dude. It's awful. It's gonna be hard to find too if you YouTube him. So maybe if you do Charles Cullen, Roanoke, Virginia, you might find him. But yeah, deep dives. I've actually
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I got you're the second person I've talked to here on YouTube. This is just like a new thing. I was like, I'm gonna try to maybe like talk to a few people that I find interesting and see where that goes. You know, it could open some doors too. Like I'd love to have you come on and like shoot the shit with me and the guys on assembly.
I'm down.
Like, yeah, that's always fun to do, dude. Like it's a lot of talking over each other, but it's goofy, man. Like we're getting ready to do an episode because someone left a comment and called us the new Cum Town or something, and we were like, what? Like,
Cum Town? What's Cum Town?
That's a do you know the comedian Adam Friedland, the Adam Friedland Show?
I know the name, but I don't watch it.
Do you know Stavros, the comedian?
I know Stavros from Hasan's channel.
Yeah, Stavros. He's part of Cum Town, dude. He was part of It was Stavros, Nick Mullen, and Adam Friedland, and they used to be a podcast called Cum Town, and they were super popular. And then they all kind of split and went their separate ways. And yeah, Stavros used to be bald, dude. He used to be completely bald and have like a missing tooth.
I see this.
Yeah.
I see it now. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, dude. So someone called us that, and we just like kind of played off of it. And I was upset because I had to be Stavros. I was like,
damn.
Why? I was like, why do I have to be Stavros? So they're like, why is he the bad one?
Wait, what was?
I was like, I don't want to. I was like, I don't want to look like Stavros. No, it was all based. I was being so judgmental off of Stavros's.
That's why.
Yeah, I was being so judgmental in the video. Like you'll see Sunday. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want the skull. Why does he do that? Just shave it. Go back to being bald. Like.
Oh yeah. Okay. I see it now. So, he has like long hair now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got long hair, and he fixed his tooth, so he doesn't have the missing tooth anymore.
No missing tooth.
Yeah.
He's stepping his game up a little bit.
But there is lore there between like they used to have that podcast, and like now he's done his own thing, and the other two guys went and made the Adam Friedland show. And so that's the joke, is that I'm gonna eventually leave, and then Clams and Dirt are gonna go make the PJ Clam show.
Oh, I get this now. That okay. It didn't make sense to me until you said that. Now
it's all based off of one comment, like on YouTube, where someone was like, "You guys are the new Cum Town," and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of a nice compliment because they're successful."
I would take that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a compliment.
Yeah, I'll fucking take
it. That's funny. You got to bring your night show. You have to. You definitely got. I would watch that. That sounds super chill.
Yeah, and I'd have guests on theirs too. Like, of course, like I would love. That's the one where I'm gonna try to do call-ins. Like you call, it'd be a private line, of course. I wouldn't just leave it out to the public. But if you have access to the call-in line, you can call in. And chat about whatever. If something gets your interest sparked or something like that, I say something you don't agree with, feel free to call in. And
I know what you're talking about. You should you should hop on my channel at some point too if I'm doing a live stream.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We could do a live react as well. That'd be fun.
Heck yeah! Are you using StreamYard or whatever? What is
for having a guest on the channel?
Yeah. How do you do
that? I use I have multiple screens.
Yeah.
So I cut to another screen in OBS, and then I crop you out like on your video on that screen. So I have your video be like screen 2's cropped video, and then I put you in the corner.
Oh, okay.
And it just uses Discord, same way we're doing Discord right now.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's kind of how I do it too. So yeah, that makes
Sick.
yeah, that makes sense to me. I did a show on I was a guest on Booze and Chill. He's another YouTuber. He just reviews. His name's Raymond. He Texas based, and he reviews beer and stuff. But he's kind of diving more into like just making, it, because it was just beer reviews. But it's like now I'm learning more about Raymond and the guy behind the channel in his videos. So I'm like, oh, okay, I like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I had him on. I talked to him. He's awesome. I went on his stream though. I told him he needs to have call-ins. So of course I was like, as soon as he got the phone number, I was calling in, and I'm tying up the damn phone lines every whenever he streams.
What's this channel called again?
It's called Booze and Chill.
Booze and Chill.
Yeah, here it is. Here's his little logo. He sent me a little package too, a little thing with a shirt and a sticker in it. And I was like, all right.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and I called him the other night, and we talked St. Patty's Day, and I told him I didn't like his Tom McDonald video.
Wait, why am I not finding this channel?
I don't know.
How is it?
Is it? I think it might be an and symbol or.
Oh, booze and symbol. Okay, let's see. I'll look for it. Booze and Chill. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Oh, sick. All right, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, he did a.
He's talking about skateboarding even on here.
Yeah. He skates too, I think. Yeah. Or he just now started up again or something. He was pushing around at the park or something. And he also yeah, he does stuff, and I like you, I was like, oh, he seems genuine, like in the way he was trying to make his content, and I was like, let me talk to him and find out more about what he's got going on. But I love calling into the streams, dude. So I'd love to come onto yours, and yeah, especially when it's live and it's like you're watching something funny, or like, there's a spicy topic. It's like, oh man, I get my juices flowing, and I can cut a promo real fast. So like it's that wrestling in me. It's the
I'll bring the live show back once I drop this next video. I just am like trying to put work into this Katie Bugs George Not Found situation. And then put that video out, and then after that, then I'll be back to doing live streams again. And then I just want to like shift my efforts a little bit, do like half live stream, half video. I was doing like kind of full live stream for a while, like during the week, and it was kind of taken into my time of recording videos.
Yeah, I get that.
So I want to get back to the drama videos.
Oh yeah, well yeah, and then the drama lives too. Just getting in there and.
Drama lives, dude. They'll be bad. That's what I should call it. Drama lives.
Dude, okay, so I did want to ask you that.
Yeah, ask me.
I did want to ask you this. I'm skipping over some of these dumb ass questions, but because I wrote some stupid ones that are just.
You have to, dude.
Goofy.
When you're making notes, there's always dumb questions. You have to.
I love it. And then you reread it, and you're like, why would I have written that?
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, not a good question.
But no, how do you feel? So I was talking with Booze and Chill. Man, I can't stand the way he puts out his videos. I can't stand the way how they're not titled. Nothing's titled. It's no title. It'll be like one episode will be a podcast, but you don't know it's the podcast because.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Like there's no title.
I see it.
And according to him, it's because like YouTube doesn't like it when you have a title. And I'm like, that confuses me because I see shows with titles. They're doing fine. And yeah, I don't know, but I do. I get what he's kind of trying to do. It's kind of almost like a clickbaity title, sort of.
So the question is like,
how do you feel? The question is, how do you feel about titling the end of your videos? Like, especially if you're like, if you're gonna start doing a live and it's like, is it the Max Williams show? Like, there's no title at the end of it. It's just like, Hasan did this with whoever, and that's the video title. Like, there's no the Max Williams show #2 or like. I am big on video titles. I like knowing what the show is. I like seeing it for some reason written out, and I like knowing what number it is too. I think it should be in the thumbnail. Even the date. I actually like the date sometimes in my thumbnails. I think that's kind of cool.
This is a rough question.
But people are like you're less likely to click on it if you see it was recorded a month ago. blah 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 blah.
Okay, I might be like too. I'm algo brained, but I'm also too like thinking. Okay, this is how I operate when I do a title. I'm like, all right, I'm a viewer. I like watched like what Curtis Connor, Danny Gonzalez, like, and the above, Gabby Bell, Chad, and I see how like their videos are titled, and I see how like Hasan's videos are titled, and Charlie's videos are titled, and they have like kind of random clicky stuff. But I'm like when I first started on YouTube, I think I had titles like way back, like more than like 12 years ago or something.
Yeah.
But then I saw the shift in how YouTube pushes around stuff.
Yeah.
And I saw that YouTube just doesn't like personal titles. Now, if you have a big following and you've built a following off of this thing that doesn't have titles, and then you give it titles, you're going to take a viewership risk a little bit and you're going to lose some people. But the YouTube algorithm, like, as far as, like, even if it's getting pushed with a title, let's say your video called, like, you know, the Slipper House. Let's just say, like, the Slipper House Show is what you named it, right? Yeah. Okay. If I'm, like, a random on the internet, I have to be, like, extra charitable to click that. Yeah. Average person is not charitable enough to want to click on that. Like, and that, in some ways, it's a good thing because you get more charitable people that are willing to, like, take, you know, go out of their comfort zone and watch, you know, when they're used to watching LeBron James, ESPN highlights, and suddenly they see the Slipper Show, they're going to be like, let me check that out. And you might find someone cool. And I think that's the positives of it. Yeah. But I think the negatives of it are when you go the algo brained way and pick, like, you know, I keep running back to this creator, but I've made like 2 or 3 videos on her now. But when you make something like, you know, the moment Bobby Altoff fell off or whatever it is, like, then people are like, they're selfish. We're all selfish as viewers. We know what we like, and so if we see something else that we like and someone else has another opinion on it, everyone's a debate lord on the internet. And so if you put like, then people are like, oh, I'm interested in this because I know this other creator, and YouTube is like, shit, we made a ton of money off this creator, so we're gonna push this.
See, so, I'm a little algo brained in that sense too, because I'll be like, I want it in there, but I'll find ways to fix it. So I realized that, especially with like the pro wrestling show, when pro wrestling is the first word, it's that's all you need. Everything after that is like whatever, you know. So I title the pro wrestling show I don't put the title of that show until the end. Like, really, which is weird, that I do it that way, but it actually makes more sense and actually gets better from what I'm understanding and what I've done. And when I first started it, putting the title first, it wasn't getting clicks because people just want to see Pro Wrestling Sauce with Jacob and Josh live. They want to see the word live. They want to see pro wrestling, and that's it. They'll click that. If I put like if I made the title The Rock, whatever, you know, someone could be like, I don't want to hear about the fucking Rock. I'm not clicking that. So, you know, there's two sides to the sword here. But with House Assembly, I definitely don't do that. I definitely put the title first, and then I put House Assembly number 170 or whatever it is.
Whoa, dude! While you were saying that, I was literally like, it like all clicked for me. I totally like see that now. It's like the title of something else, then the show. Yeah. Now. Okay, yeah, I was looking at 2 things. I was looking at your channel and how you did it. Like, the one you have coming out is, like, the Come Town video that you have that's going to release. That's smart. And then it dawned on me to go over to Curtis Connor's podcast. Have you ever seen it? Called Very Really Good.
I know who he is. I haven't watched his pod. Yeah.
He has a podcast. I'm not even making this up. 3 months ago was his last video with the title, and he had Very Really Good number 232. And when he had Very Really Good in it, his views were lower. Now what the hell? Now his podcast, like the last episode after 3 months ago, is Streaking at Disneyland, Grand Theft Quahog, No Fly List with Jacob Sharp, The More Terrible Wedding Vows, Worst Rap Song Ever. And like none of these have Very Really Good in it, and they have more views. Yeah. So since he took Very Really Good out, even at the end, he has more views.
Yeah. So he took it out. So it's like, I don't necessarily want to take it out. I just wanted to. I'm just putting it at the end, so it's not the first thing people see. For that,
Yeah.
it doesn't work for that show. Like seeing the word House Assembly, you're gonna be like, I'm not watching a congressional hearing right now. Like,
Yeah.
like, that's what I would think if I saw those two words. But it's a clever title, and I want to keep it, and it's the title of the show, so I'm gonna put it at the end with the number. I know H3 does similar things with their show. Like every time you watch H3, unless it was leftovers, it's the same show. It's the same show all 3 days of the week, but they label it different at the end. One is called Off the Rails. One is called H3 TV. One is called, whatever it is. They got three different names.
It's After Dark.
Yeah, After Dark. Yeah, and that's that's definitely the dumbest one. It's not even. It's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep.
But they do that for a reason, and that's because it's the same way. They put it that audio-wise. They do that for audio. So when it's playing on Spotify and all that stuff, it's under the name like Off the Rails or something like that, and it gets somehow more viewership when you put the title of your podcast at the end. Now something like Pro Wrestling Sauce, it doesn't work that way because like the wrestling audience is a little smaller, I guess, YouTube wise. So it's like they want to see just the Pro Wrestling Sauce in the title, and you gotta have the thumbnail there, of course. Thumbnail is always super important, but which I feel like I've clicked videos based on the thumbnail alone. I'm like, oh, this one's too good. I gotta click it, see what it is. Like, it doesn't even matter what it's called. I feel like we're all everybody's kind of like a visual eater at
We're
first.
all looks focused. Yep, that social media's broke us all.
Oh, dude, yeah, but it's all still so interesting because, like, I have people asking me, like, I have a guy from my hometown who's got a sports podcast, and he's like, I don't know how to, like, label it or whatever. And he's like, should I put the title in my thing? And, like, I was like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. But right now it's not labeled, and it bothers me because I'm like, how do I know? Like, if I am reading the title, how do I know this is a podcast?
Right.
Or a show or anything. Is this?
You want to know?
Yeah.
Here's how I gauge it with the time. If I see it's like over an hour, or if I see it's like 2 hours or 3 hours, I'm like, oh, it's a podcast. But if I see like 45 minutes or something, I know it's like a video.
Yeah.
But now I've been getting used to seeing hour-long videos, an hour and 20 long videos. So now I'm like, okay, that could be a video. But that's what I look at. I gauge it with the time.
Yeah.
So titles.
You never know if it's a podcast or an essay. One of those essays,
Yep. Yeah, maybe titles are good if you're trying to make your channel into like a TV show where you have different like shows that you want to show.
That's kind of how I see mine. Like that's how I see mine is like, oh, it's kind of a network of television, different TV shows, and I'm gonna stick with it just because like I also feel like when you change yourself up and to fit something else, then people start to be like, why are you doing that? You're just copying whoever, or you're just, you're trying to get us to find you. And I feel like if you're not trying to get them to find you and they do find you, that's when it's going to be success. That's when the success is going to hit.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm trying. Like, I'm going to start using that. You're going to see on my skate channel.
That's how I found you, dude, was you were being super laid back and relaxed. And like I said, it was genuine. It was I was having a good time watching and making comments in the chat, and I was like, this is good. This is what I want more of. You don't get I don't tune in. I feel like a lot of those people that are so popular or whatever, it's only for a split second. It's only for a split second, and it's like then they go away,
I've got Hasan to read like a few of my comments in the past on his stream.
I saw he blocked you with the gifted hater thing.
He read that. He's been like reading. I've been like there's a couple streamers I've been reading, like Denims. I've been in her streams lately. She's read a few of my comments. I've had this other streamer I've been watching, Sandwich. She's good at interacting with chat. She'll read my chats. Caroline Kwan.
Yeah.
Who's another good streamer? Will Neff's lady.
Yeah, I know that.
She's great.
So I'm definitely a serial jokester when it comes to chats, right? I think you'll find this interesting only because you're one of the only people I haven't gotten with this joke. I have a YouTube channel, secret YouTube channel. It's out there. It's called Versus versus Gary Coleman, right? And it's where I go around. I've gotten gifted hater. I've gotten a lot of people with this. I go around and I get into people's stream chats, and somehow, some way, I get them to talk about Gary Coleman and see if they would fight Gary Coleman, like out back of Long John Silver's, or I say something crazy, you know. And it's got this whole lore to it. I've been doing it for a couple years, but I've gotten different wrestling podcasters and.
No.
Yeah, dude, I've gotten a lot of people that I was like, oh shit, they're talking about like they read my thing and now they're talking about Gary Coleman. Yeah.
You've got gifted hater on Twitch?
Yeah, Gary Coleman's been dead since 2010, which is hilarious. You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've gotten a few people off Twitch, dude. I would just go into random Twitches and ask, type in versus Gary Coleman and.
That's what I was gonna say. Versus Gary Coleman.
Yeah, you'll like.
Oh my god.
There's so many. Some of them are really short. There's one I got where I actually called in to this Twitch show called Explorations with Leslie Tanner.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that one got a bunch of views. I was like, people were like, what is this?
Where did it just go? It had like 212 views. I think I saw.
Oh, the Leslie Tanner one I thought was like in the 500s.
Well, 418. 418.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, that's freaking gifted hater versus Gary Coleman.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was like, I asked him. I said Gary Coleman wants to fight him or something. I think he like looks it up. He like looks up. I make him look up Gary Coleman on Google.
No shot.
Yeah. So I'm keeping Gary Coleman's legacy alive. You know.
I have that in the queue, dude.
Dude, yes, put that in there, dude. You'll crack up, dude. If you're just looking to like laugh, just be like, why? So many people. Why would like I don't know. If I came across that YouTube channel and I was like, why is this guy just going around asking people about Gary Coleman, like, and why is you know?
It's just so random. It's just 22 subscriber channel that has everything to do with Gary Coleman.
Yeah, and not a single thing to do with them at all either. Like, if you listen to the first video on there is actually like a little rap song I made about Gary Coleman.
Love from H3 Podcast versus Gary Coleman.
Oh, dude, Love's a reoccurring character. I've gotten Love like 3 times.
Oh my god.
I was an early Love watcher on Twitch, so I got him early.
Oh my god, that's so sick.
He was still in Sweden when I did the
Love is the GOAT, man.
Dude, I love Love. He's my favorite on the show.
Did you have another question? You had a list. Did I get through your questions?
I think we got through the list. Yeah, dude. Because we got through it. All the good ones I wanted to ask at least. Like we really got into the YouTube side of things, which I loved. I love learning about the new YouTube. Whoa, how'd you do that?
How did I do that? I said, let's go, and I went like this, and it just happened.
I was trying to see if it worked for me.
What was that?
What was that?
I literally, you saw my hands were off. I was like, let's go.
Dude, that was awesome, though. Like, how did you do that? I almost want to pull up the Discord thing just to see if... How did you do that, man?
Wait, what just happened there?
How did you do that?
Wait. Let me see something. Dude. Wait, let me check something.
I don't know how you would do it.
Yeah, that was bizarre. You're recording the video on this end, right? Are you doing like a screen record?
You'll see it in the playback. Yeah.
Are you doing a screen record or how are you recording it?
I just record OBS.
OBS? Damn, dude. My God, I don't know how that happened. I'm like...
Yeah, I had the OBS screen up too, so like... I was like, what? So then I went over to Discord, and I don't see anything here where it's like allowing me to... I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up, dude.
Yeah, I have like sound effects. I have like... Oh! Did you just do that?
Yeah, I did that. I did that one.
Because I have like sound effects here where I have like the bruh and the, applause and all that. You have that too?
Oh, yeah, that's it. I don't have... I think all the houses... Oh, no, they're here. You know, here you go. Here, this one's for you.
Anita Max win.
There you go.
Whoa!
You need the max win.
You need the max win. Let's see. Does this wait? Are you able to hear the things going through my computer?
I don't hear anything on your end.
Okay, so it doesn't send it through. Okay. Oh, that's funny. You have these little. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know any of this stuff.
Oh, we play all these on House Assembly. These are all dirt sounds.
Everyone gather around. I have an announcement to make.
Dude, it's like H3. Let's go. You're Zach. You're now Zach.
Oh no, that's Dirt. Dirt would be Zach, I guess. I don't ever play him. He's the one putting them on there.
He's the Zach of the show.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Freaking let me know if you guys do that. You said you have some other show.
Yeah, dude. We'll definitely get you on House Assembly.
Let you know if I got the time, and we'll freaking make it happen. And I
dude.
appreciate you always like tuning into my lives when I'm live and watching and checking out my channel.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody, if you've gotten this far in the video, 2 hours into our conversation here, definitely give Max a follow at WillMax95.
It's back!
There it is!
It did it again! Yo! I just did that and it did it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That does it.
It doesn't do it for me. That's bullshit. Max Williams reacts as well for the drama channel. If you can find him on Instagram too, as well. Let's see, what's your at Max Williams video? Yeah, I got a graphic here. There it is. And yeah, you're everywhere, man. You'll be able to find him. One of the things I can't wait to do is to go through and look at all the other Josh O'Leary YouTube channels that are out there, and I think that'd be a fun thing for you to do, is to go through and look at all the Max Williams out there. There's like a news guy who's like,
I gotta do this now. I gotta
do it, man. That would be a fun video. I feel like looking at all the other Max Williams. You know.
Oh man, we got a real estate. Oh, we got a. Oh, I'm not saying we're not gonna spoil it. We're gonna go through it.
Oh yeah, I found a funny Josh O'Leary the other day that hadn't posted since like 2011. And I was like, this guy's hilarious, man. He was like opening up Pokemon cards or some shit.
A fitness Max Williams right here.
Yeah, there you go. Don't follow them, though. Follow at WillMax95 and at Max Williams Reacts. That's where
I'm the real one.
That's the real one. Hit him with the thing, dude. That's the one. That's the. Does it work? It doesn't work.
It does not work now, dude. Everyone, dude, all the other Max Williams are made up of AI. They're all AI generated Max Williams, so don't believe them. It's fake information. Yeah.
False news.
They all. I'm just gonna say that they all came from Fox.
False news.
Oh,
that's what it is, man. All right, dude. I won't hold you all day. I appreciate putting in the 2 hours, man. I know it's a long conversation. I saw you have to stand up and stretch those legs for a little bit. You know.
I have from skating. I have like a slight a weird knee problem. My knee gets like tensed up after a while, so I have to stand up.
I like standing. I want the standing desk eventually, so I would like this to stand to do the shows.
Yeah,
I'd be more comfortable, honestly.
No one take offense to that. I have to do it because of my own injury. So.
No offense taken, man. I figured that energy from that apple had just kicked in.
Apples unite, baby. If there's one thing to take away from this conversation, eat apples. That's it.
That's it. Be healthy. Well, hey, we did talk about it for a little while, so you know.
Yeah, appreciate you having me on, and yeah, I mean, love to hang out more on whatever else on the internet. So
will do, dude. We'll stay in touch. You know, wherever out that way. I know you travel more than me, so let me know if you're ever out here on the East Coast.
I'm heading down south to Texas in a couple days.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We'll be MIA from the live show for a little bit, but I'll try to catch one.
You're going to a different country over there.
I don't know. Kind of hail you, brother.
Hey, man, a little Dallas Cowboys country. Ugh. Gross. I'm like SpongeBob in that episode. I hate Texas, man.
I hate Texas, brother. I used to live in Dallas, Texas.
I'm gonna pack me a lip and fucking get me some Spurs.
Give me some smokes, brother. Hell yeah, brother. I watch Tucker Carlson every day. Hell yeah. All right, no more politics.
Yeah, let's not dive into that. Let's not get too southern. All right, dude. I appreciate it, man. Everybody go follow Max.
Thank you.
It's been a great convo. We'll see you guys in the next round. Bye.
Peace.